Welcome to the Value Script. We have today, once again, our lovely co-host, Meredith Carmichael. I'm Lonnie Carmichael, and we appreciate you listening to the Value Script podcast, where we are here to bring value every episode to the everyday person. And today I wanted to go back and revisit a couple topics. For one, how's phase one treating you over there, babe?
Oh, it's tough. It makes 75 hard feel easy, honestly. It's good.
Wow. Wait. Where's the explosion? Where's the... You just dropped a bomb.
No,
right?
Yeah,
like 75 hard, make 75 hard easy because it's not called 75 easy for a reason.
Right. No, 75 hard was definitely hard. And phase one is hard. It just is. It's hard to get all of those things done in one day and still, have life and 7 kids.
But yes, I agree. It is difficult, but I've kind of reflected on, okay, so is that a failing? Is that a failing on myself not being as organized and driven in a particular direction or in the direction I need to be going every day? And that's why it's hard, because really we're just doing the things we need to be doing anyway.
For sure.
Minus maybe the extra workout, but
yeah. Everything's so good though. Like the visualization, that's super good. Like I think everybody should be doing that every day, and be mindful, meditate. Well, that's one of our things. It's
one of our powerless tasks. So I'll go over the list. Really 2 workouts a day. I'm on the 75 hard app. If you guys are doing 75 hard or phase one, I would very much recommend you download the 75 hard app. And no, Andy doesn't pay me to promote this, but I just think it is that valuable. I do think there's a nominal cost in obtaining the app, but I do credit the app with my success in finishing 75 hard, and because it'll remind you. Like yesterday, phase one, I thought I was done with everything. I was getting ready to just kind of lull myself into falling asleep, and I looked at the app and I was like, I didn't take a cold shower yet. I got to take a cold shower. So save me on that. But you got your 2 workouts. You need to take a progress picture every day, which interesting. I was going to say I highlight enough, but a very, very prominent figure that promotes the program. Andy himself. Andy was willing to be vulnerable enough and honest enough with everybody to say, hey, I missed a progress pic on day 25. So tomorrow is day 1. And rather than looking at like, oh crap, he was like, so that just means I'm up 100 days of 75 hard. I'm going to be that much better after doing it. So I'm excited, right. And I thought that was great. But 10 pages of reading, drinking a gallon of water, follow a diet, no cheat meals or alcohol, 5 minutes of a cold shower, 8 power lists, critical tasks, and 10 minutes dedicated visualization.
It's good. All of it's so good. You definitely have to be disciplined to get all of those things done every day. It's not easy. But then, so phase one, then you add in your power list, right? Your task.
I just went through, that was all phase one with the power list in it. But again, it's kind of like a reset, wake up call of really, this is kind of what you should be doing anyway. Like if you want to have the most productive life possible, right. You want to be healthy, you want to keep good mental health, you need to eat, you need to feed your body good things. You need to drink adequate water to have adequate hydration. Most people are chronically dehydrated, and it has an impact into your physiology, every body system, your mental outlook, even the way you feel alert, and even your drive and your hormone production. Just water does. So you're drinking adequate hydration, feeding your body good things, you're outdoors exercising, so you're getting sunlight, you're getting exposure to the elements, to being outdoors. You're not just inside a box and then you go to another box and you drive in a box to another box to walk in and talk to people in another box. I mean, you kind of get outside our boxes and you start interacting with nature. You're doing the visualization is powerful. What you mentioned, visualization was powerful. Tell me your thoughts on that, or share with us.
Well, I think because you're intentionally doing it every day. I know for me, I've had moments where I would visualize, the way I wanted my life to go and things that I wanted to make happen and that kind of thing. But not every day and not intentionally for 10 minutes, certainly. So just having that quiet time to sit still and focus my thoughts in that way is powerful and it's good. Same with meditating. Like, man, I am very new to meditating, so I certainly don't have that honed in. But I'm growing to love it. Like it's powerful to just, I think the way our lives are structured now, people don't just sit and have quiet time with themselves and be present in the moment. Like we're just so overstimulated and so busy and so pulled in so many different directions. Like it is important to ground yourself and to just have time with your own thoughts.
Yeah. So on our powerless tasks, Meredith and I both chose meditation. I have prayer on there because I need to get back into more regular prayer and communication with God. And I need that. I'm better when I'm more spiritual. I just am. And so I need that in my life. And I've gotten out of the habit. But with meditation, it is also one of my powerless tasks, as well as Meredith's. I was listening to Dr. Joe Dispenza, and he was talking with Jay Shetty. And Jay Shetty was interviewing him about meditation. And Dr. Joe says, well, you know what they say? Everybody should meditate for 20 minutes a day, unless you're really busy. And then you should meditate for an hour a day. and it's kind of like, what? There you go. And it's just like what you're saying. They were speaking to exactly what you're talking about. Like, people that are depressed are stuck on things from the past, right? And people that are anxious are focusing on things that aren't going to happen in the future. Unless you can accurately predict the future, you're worrying about stuff that's never going to happen. Right? The only way to be in the perfect, or the only moment we have, the only moment that's relevant and that matters is the moment we are in right now, because it's the only moment we can guarantee ourselves. And it's the only moment we have anything to do anything with. It's the only moment within which we can create. It's the only moment within which we can reflect. And so the point of meditation is to bring us into the presence and bring us into the current moment and help us to focus on the now.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's powerful. There's power there rather than getting stuck in the past that you can't do anything about. It really, I love listening to Dr. Joe because he explains that so well, that people get frustrated with their lives, but they keep themselves stuck by their habitual, their habits that they can't break out of because they're constantly focused on the past and they can't bring themselves into the present moment.
Yeah, so meditating is a powerful way to do that. In fact, even meditating the other night, I did a Dr. Joe guided meditation because I don't know what I'm doing. So I figure, and I trust Dr. Joe. Some of the stuff on YouTube of the guided meditations, I'm like, are these guys brainwashing me to do something that I don't have? I'm going to become a sleeper cell, or
what's happening?
Yeah, am I going to go insane? Like I don't know what's going. Like the binaural beats, like those kind of freak me out. But we did have some success with one of those one time. I don't know if you remember. We did a binaural beat meditation. Do you remember that?
In the backyard?
No,
that
was not.
Guess I don't remember that.
Yeah, it was a little more of a passionate encounter.
Oh yeah.
Anyway,
do we need to try that again? I
don't know. Do we need to try that again?
Well, I don't remember what you're talking about.
I was saying maybe we're lacking on the passion side, so we need to get back to
just sounded
the
fun.
Passionate encounter.
Sorry, I don't know why I don't
that's
remember
awesome.
this. Maybe I need more details that you can't share right now.
Yeah, thanks, babe. You're really making me look great.
That'll be a discussion for later.
Wonderful sport, yeah.
Off the podcast.
There we go. All right. Sheesh. I just lost all train of thought. Anyway, meditating the other night, I had a very powerful message that came to my mind as I was doing the guided Dr. Joe meditation on YouTube. And I realized that one of the lies or one of the incorrect messages that is part of my old programming
As you
were
meditating.
That out?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Nope.
All right, perfect. Thanks. I will haunt your dreams. No.
That might be in there.
Anyway, back to the meditation. So this is super profound, dang it.
Here we go.
But I was doing the guided Dr. Joe meditation, and I came to me and he was he just asked after, he guided you to a certain state, what is part of the lies that you've told yourself your whole life? And just I wasn't actively trying to think, but a thought popped up, and it was significant. It was that I believed until basically that night, which was a couple nights ago, I did not deserve to have the nice things in my life that I had. And so when I would attain a certain level of success, I would self-sabotage, and I would either coast or do things intentionally to mess things up, or subconsciously or unintentionally to mess things up. And I just thought that made a lot of things make sense over the last few years, that, here I am with a great career and a great start, and we have a phenomenal family, we have phenomenal children. And why in the world, how did my brain let me go to the deep end and try to drown it all? And it made sense in my mind that I didn't believe I deserved any of it.
Mm-hmm. And it's I don't know, that's one thing that's fascinating to me, is how your subconscious brain can really kind of take over and you don't really understand or recognize what's happening, right? Like, because in the moment you you didn't recognize that that's what was happening. But looking back, you can see how that fundamental belief, that core belief in yourself, influenced a lot of your behavior, right?
Totally. At least you can see the ramifications of that,
Yeah.
And moving through that, you didn't know that was what the driving force was, right? But now looking back, you can totally see that. So I wanted to share some things from this book I'm reading. Don Miguel Ruiz's The Circle of Fire. But it was, help me reflect upon, we did an episode on self-love, and it was a great episode. I feel it turned out well, but I didn't think after reading this it was complete. And I just wanted to share a couple excerpts and have us talk about that a little bit. But there's, in this book, there's information, and then there's guided prayers, actually. And so it's kind of new to me. I was never taught to offer scripted prayers or to read prayers. And I know that some of my friends in other faiths, that is how they pray. They read a prayer. And so part of this prayer is, grant me the courage and the will to forgive the people I love the most. Help me to forgive every injustice I feel in my mind, and to love other people unconditionally. I know the only way to heal all the pain in my heart is through forgiveness. And I thought that was significant for a lot of the topics we've covered, and especially a lot of the interaction we've had and comments and things that we've had with people that have listened, because people that are harboring resentment with their spouse, right? They're hoping that their spouse may heal them, or that a discussion or a conversation will. But, here, Don Miguel Ruiz goes through, I love the last sentence. I know the only way to heal all the pain in my heart is through forgiveness.
I love that.
To me, that was
that's so powerful.
Yeah.
So powerful. And I love how he starts out to forgive the people that I love the most.
Right.
Because sometimes, why is that so hard?
Well, because you may feel wronged by those people.
Right.
They may have hurt you, or intentionally or unintentionally, you have angst or negative feeling from interactions you've had with them. And so, but having extreme ownership in this situation, you can still forgive.
Yeah.
And the only way to heal your own heart is to actually do that.
Right. So powerful, because as I was reading 5 Love Languages, which we're going to talk about later, but one of my favorite things that stands out says, forgiveness is not a feeling, it's a commitment. It is a choice to show mercy, not to hold the offense up against the offender. Forgiveness is an expression of love.
Wow.
Right? It's powerful. But I love that it's not a feeling, because so many times, we think, well, I don't feel like I'm ready for that. Well, and you might not be, but to be committed to
get to that next level you want to get to.
Right. Do you want to heal, or do you just want to hold on to your angst?
Let's stay stuck.
Yeah. That's powerful. That's really good.
I think you're really good at that, by the way. And I think, honestly, when I read this paragraph, I thought of us and how you did this. Like you forgave me, like without me even asking. And that was the reason we were able to heal. And you were able to love me unconditionally is because you forgave me. Like had you not forgiven me, you couldn't have loved me unconditionally. Right. And we wouldn't have made it. And not to shirk my own personal responsibility. I'm just saying I was so far gone the other way. Like, you know, I'd already kind of given up. Mm-hmm. And it was a bad situation. And so I know that has implication in people healing and doing better. Mavis just paid Justin a visit.
Which is amazing, by the way, because Mavis does not like men. Mavis is a rescue dog, and this
is taking a long time.
She does love a man.
Oh, you are her favorite person on the planet, hands down. Yes.
This took 18 episodes. Okay. This took work. And I think this is only because I threw the ball for her earlier.
Right.
you did do that.
Right.
There was another point here he talks about. Today you can take a greater step to return to love by healing your relationship with yourself. Love for yourself is the key to loving others. Love begins with you. When your relationship with yourself is based on love and respect, your relationship with everything in life will change, including your relationships with the people you love. And then he goes in to talk about like that relationship that you have with yourself. You begin with yourself because you need to have love in order to give love. You need to have self-respect in order to give respect. The relationship needs to be based on respect. If there's no respect, sooner or later, there is going to be a broken heart. And what I like, he talks about selfishness versus love, and with self-love, learning to enjoy your own presence. You know, that's, I think, pretty powerful,
hard,
right? Because, right, like, yes, that can be really hard.
That is very hard.
It can be very hard.
That's like one of our main topics for our Athletes with Anxiety company that my friend and I started. It is so hard to be by yourself in your own presence, because for us, it's like with anxiety, it's like our thoughts are our biggest fear.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it's like, how do you be by yourself as yourself
and love yourself and enjoy the experience?
Yeah. Because
and that's where it takes practice, right?
Yeah. And that's what I'm still learning. You know, I'm going on like a 4 or 5 year journey to get to this point. And that was all like firing and rewiring my brain, Dr. Joe Dispenza, tons of different, you know, mental outlooks, and changing my lifestyle, and learning to be by myself is still something that I haven't quite grasped, but I'm working on.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily love to be alone.
Yeah. I hate it, to be honest.
There's times when I do enjoy it, right?
Yeah.
But that's generally right after work. You know, like when I need a minute to decompress.
Yeah.
But like if I'm here by myself and everybody's gone and it's for a prolonged period of time, it gets, I don't know. I don't like that. I start to get lonely and I start to miss human interaction. And I think it is because I still don't have the relationship with myself that I need to have. Mm-hmm. I'm working towards that too, but I appreciate you sharing that, Justin, because for me, it has been hard.
Yeah.
And it has felt like it shouldn't be.
Yeah.
But it is.
Like my partner for the company, he hates it when his roommate is gone. Like his roommate has to leave all the time because he house sits in a place in Texas. And when he's gone, he's like, "Hey man, can I come over?" He's like, "I just don't like being by myself," because then your thoughts start racing. Right. Your subconscious starts getting a little stronger. Yeah. You're like, it starts to get a little scary sometimes with anxiety and depression.
But looking forward to hope. Like I think this nugget here that Ruiz throws in here, he says, when you have self-love, you no longer live your life according to other people's opinions. So it's worth it to push through to get that, because how nice would it be to be able to go through life and really not have to care? Like, it's not to say that you're not going to care what other people think, but you're not going to base how you feel about yourself on their opinions. Mm-hmm. You don't need other people's opinions, accolades, or praise. As long as you love yourself, that's enough.
Yeah. Which I think is the biggest issue with social media nowadays, is that statement right there, is that social media is just literally seeking reassurance from
like, how many likes can I get?
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. And that was one thing my therapist told me was, do not seek reassurance, because the reassurance should be coming from yourself, and seeking reassurance is just a insecurity within yourself and your mind. And so I taught myself, because for the longest time when I'd go into a panic attack, my mind would never, like, I couldn't even think straight. And like, I didn't know what panic was. First thing I'd ask my parents is like, am I okay? Like, am I going to die? Like, is there something wrong with me? Yeah. So those questions would come into my head because my insecurity of the panic attack would try to seek reassurance. So I had to teach myself to not ask those questions.
So what do you do instead? Self-assured? Or?
Well, that's just the journey, was just, learning that, okay, I am going to be okay.
Okay.
Like it just took time to like, it was just, it's like when you're playing football or something, it's like, it's really hard when you first start, but then once you figure it out, it's like, okay, I got this, kind of thing.
Yeah. It's incredible. So why does it have to be so hard sometimes?
Yeah.
Right.
I know.
But yeah. I appreciate you sharing that. The last thing I wanted to share out of this book, he talks about honoring your physical body. And I'm not thoroughly through this book, so I might have some more nuggets next time, but I don't want to sell out that this is the only thing good in the book. There's a lot of nuggets in here. But this is the physical body. He likens it to an animal that's completely loyal to you. It takes you wherever you want to go. It gives you all the pleasures in life, eating, drinking, running on the beach, playing. What do? We abuse our body. We judge our physical body. We are ashamed of our physical body, and our physical body suffers. Nobody abuses our physical body more than we do. We treat our pets and our dogs and our cats better than we treat our own body. We're the ones that are not loyal to our own body. And he said, I propose that you treat your body just as you would treat a precious loved one in your life. Stop being selfish with your physical body and give it whatever it needs to be healthy and happy. Can you do that?
Wow.
I thought it was powerful.
That's great.
Like, that's true. Like, how often are we good to our own bodies? Like I was, a few months ago, I was 270 pounds, on the verge of cirrhosis and a stroke within a year and a half, due to high blood pressure and some of the other liver markers I had that were marking cardiac inflammation because I was taking such horrible care of my body. At the same time, my mental state was horrible, right? Mm-hmm. And that's not a coincidence. That goes hand in hand. And getting healthier, seeking quality foods, getting my health under control was one of the key factors that helped me get my mind under control.
Oh, yeah. If I start eating like crap, getting bad sleep, drinking sodas, drinking,
right?
Like those start piling up, and then all of a sudden a week later I have a panic attack and I'm dealing with anxiety for the day, and I'm like, oh my God, why am I feeling like this? But then I look back at my last week that I had.
Gotta walk yourself back through. Well, I did.
I did this.
XYZ.
I did that.
And then it's like, why do we do that to ourselves, right?
Yeah.
Then you just get frustrated with,
yeah.
Like, why do I keep falling into these bad habits?
Yeah. But then I was seeing those times where like I stuck with eating better, drinking more water, working out. And then all of a sudden I'm like 3 months down the road. I don't even think about it. I haven't had anxiety in 3 months. And I'm like, oh shit. Like I didn't even realize I wasn't having anxiety that entire time.
I did want to say too, just while I'm thinking about it, like I've had comments from people that say like, gosh, 75 hard. I don't know that I can commit to that. It seems so overwhelming. And it makes me nervous to even start because I don't want to fail and that kind of thing. Like if you're in that place, like at least like pick a few things.
But first of all, they're right. Like if they're not sure they can finish, they're not going to finish.
Yeah, for sure.
Sure. If they're not willing to commit, finishing 75 hard is possible because you have decided no other outcome is going to happen.
Right.
You burn the ship. Right now, like even the founder of the program misses a progress pick every once in a while. Right. And starts over the next day.
Right. That's what you were saying the other day, right? Now it's 100 days.
Yeah, I think even earlier in this episode.
Yeah,
check your edit.
I think it was this episode.
But he was. I mean, so it's hard.
It is hard.
It's hard, but it's.
Did you guys fail?
No.
You guys have never failed with it?
have. It took me 4 attempts. So I had 3 failures.
Okay.
So I'd gotten, I think the furthest I'd ever gone was like 27, 28 days.
Yeah.
Before. But in January, when I was like, Andy's like, this is the fastest way to fix your shit. I was like, I need to fix my shit.
Yeah.
Like, it has gone on long enough. I need to pull this all together, and I need the outcome. And so I was vested in the outcome so much, I wasn't going to fail.
Yeah. Well, I remember us, when we had that like sit down lunch for the podcast, and you had talked about, I only ever get to 28 days or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Right. You're like, I've only gotten to 28 days 4 times. Or whatever.
I didn't even get that far. 4 times. That was like the furthest I ever got.
But I'm saying you always got to a point and it failed. And then I remember on your Instagram, you posted when you got to the 30 day, I messaged you. I was like, dude, you did it. You got past it.
Broke the streak.
Yeah. And then that's when almost your first episode came out. You were like, I got to do an episode on 75 hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was really phenomenal, but I don't know. I thought maybe those are some great things to add to our episode on self-love, and also, our journey into phase 1 and the rest of the Live Hard program is us reconnecting with ourselves and loving ourselves and doing what our bodies needed all along, so that so it was possible for us to have the mental health that we needed to be able to get through the things we're going through.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. So good. It really is so good. And like you said, like doing all of those things just put you in the right mindset to be able to do what you need to do. But also, like, we realized, we were talking this morning, like the only way to get everything done, like truly and balance everything else that you have in life, is to like wake up early.
Yeah. Having just worked out, so you can't sleep, and then that makes it harder. So you don't sleep till midnight, 1 o'clock, and then you're trying to wake up. You just got to break the cycle, and that's one of the things that I'm going to add to my powerless task is waking up, baby. Waking up, baby. Waking up.
Don't let your dreams die.
Yeah. Don't hit the snooze button and let your dreams die. I love that from Jocko.
It's good.
All right. If you don't understand the reference, listen to the previous episode. Very good. All right, babes. Well, I think we wrap up for today. And thanks for listening to the Value Script. Again, if you found value, please like, subscribe, and share it with somebody else that will benefit from this message. We appreciate you listening. Have a great day.